When Emily decided to leave me, she didn't shed a single tear. She said she was tired of struggling, and that she wanted a man who could give her the life she deserved. I stood silently as she packed her clothes, her expensive perfumes, and the jewelry I had bought her when I still believed love was enough. She didn't even glance back when she slammed the door. What she didn't know was that the man she thought was broke had just finalized the sale of a tech company worth over $500 million. My company. 5 years earlier, I had started from nothing. I wanted to build something real, something that would last longer than material love. Emily, however, was never patient. She wanted luxury now. When the company faced a rough patch, I had to live simply. Small house, used car, modest clothes. That's when she started changing. She'd stay out late, stop cooking, and talk about how her friend's husband treated her like a queen. I pretended not to notice the contempt growing in her eyes every time she looked at me. One night, she came home and announced she was leaving. "You're a good man, Daniel," she said flatly, "but love doesn't pay the bills." Those words broke something inside me. I didn't try to stop her. If money was all that mattered, then she had already left me long before that night. After she was gone, I threw myself completely into my work. Within months, my company's product took off globally. Investors came knocking, and suddenly, I went from being the broke guy with dreams to a multimillionaire. But by then, I had learned my lesson. Never flaunt wealth, never trust people easily. I moved quietly, investing and building, living under the radar while my worth kept multiplying. 5 years later, my life was peaceful. I owned multiple businesses, had a private estate outside the city, and had found genuine people who valued me for who I was. Emily was a distant memory, until fate brought her back in the most unexpected way. It was during a charity gala that I sponsored for orphan children. I attended under my company's name, not as the public face of it. As I entered the hall, I saw a woman serving drinks, her hair tied up, her expression tired and hollow. It took me a moment, but when she looked up, I froze. It was Emily. For a second, I thought she might not recognize me. But then her eyes widened, and the glass in her hand slipped, shattering on the floor. "Daniel," she whispered, trembling. I nodded slightly. The color drained from her face as she realized who I had become. She had left me when I was poor, and now I was one of the richest men in the room. She stammered, trying to explain how life had gone wrong. The man she'd left me for, a wealthy contractor, had turned out to be a fraud who drained her savings and abandoned her. She lost everything, her car, her house, her friends. Now, she was barely getting by, working long shifts just to survive. I listened quietly. She tried to smile, tears glistening in her eyes. "You look amazing, Daniel," she said softly. "You always had potential. I didn't know you'd make it." Her voice cracked with regret. I could see the pain in her eyes, not just for her situation, but because she finally understood what she had thrown away. Then came the part that almost made me laugh. She asked if we could start over. She said she had changed, that she now valued love and loyalty over wealth. But as I looked at her, all I could see was the woman who abandoned me when I needed her most. I smiled gently and told her, "Emily, I did start over. Just not with you." A few moments later, my fiancée, Claire, walked up, graceful, kind, and completely unaware of Emily's past with me. She slipped her hand into mine and greeted Emily warmly. "It's so kind of you to help with this event," Claire said. Emily could barely respond. Her lips trembled as she realized that I had found the happiness she never truly wanted to give. As we left the gala, I glanced back one last time. Emily stood there, watching us, tears streaming down her face. She had traded love for luxury, only to lose both. I didn't feel hatred, just pity. Life had already given her the punishment I never needed to deliver. In the car, Claire asked me why I seemed quiet. I simply replied, "Just remembering how far I've come." She smiled and squeezed my hand. The truth was, I wasn't thinking about money or revenge. I was thinking about peace, the kind that comes when you finally let go of the past and realize that the best revenge is success lived with grace. That night, as I looked at the stars from my balcony, I whispered a quiet thank you. Losing Emily had once felt like the end of my world. But now I knew, it was the beginning of a better one.